Hello everyone, welcome to the Testing Trainer YouTube channel. In this session, we are going to discuss test monitoring and control. What is test monitoring and control? So far, we have discussed considering we are as a tester. Okay, we are a tester. We thought that we are a tester and we have tested with different. We have analyzed the requirement. We designed the test. We use some test techniques and then we executed test. Blah blah blah. So many things we have done. Right now, testing is happening. Think in a high level. Okay, you are a project manager. Okay, you have 5 testers in your team. You have to finish a testing. Okay, in next 3 weeks. Okay, this is the current scenario. Okay, so you're a test manager. Okay, think like that. Now, 5 testers are going to test it in 3 weeks of time. And so in each week they'll be delivering, I mean, at least for the first 2 weeks they'll be delivering few builds, like 3 4 deployments into the environment. So deployments, and they'll be giving a code to you to test it. Now, how will you handle it? How will you make sure it starts at right time and finish at right time successfully? The important point, successfully. Okay, now you may all have the question, okay, what is the work of the manager? Like, 5 testers are going to test it and they're going to finish it in 3 weeks. 3 weeks. Then why do you need a manager? See, you need to monitor and control their activity. Okay. So what is monitoring and this is where the monitoring and control comes into picture. The five testers, okay, each testers will be having their own speed, right? One will be own speed, knowledge, experience. So things will be different from people to people. One of them can finish it very sooner, another person will be finishing it very late, and you may be having lots of questions, and maybe some conflicts, issues, and so many things will be happening. Okay, but at the same time, you also need to make sure you finish your testing successfully and correctly within the 3 weeks. So you have to plan, you have to monitor, you have to control. That's what test monitoring and control. Okay. At least we are going to see what is test monitoring and control here. So what is test monitoring? Now that 5 testers are testing, now you need to, as a manager, need to gather the information and provide a feedback and visibility about test activities. Okay. Now there will be another manager on top of you, or the management, or the client, or the business user, who will be asking for what's going on. A simple question. When out of 3 weeks, 1 week is completed, people will be asking, okay, how things going on. So what you have to provide, you need to provide a data. Okay, we can't simply say like, yeah, 20% of testing is done. So we cannot say like that. So we need to have some metrics, some data, some analysis. Okay, so how to do that analysis? How will we monitor it? So there are lots of metrics that you can use it. Okay, charts or flow charts, tool-based charts, you can use it. Few metrics are, you'll be seeing the percentage of planned work done in test case preparation, execution, etc. Now, how much of work has been done in test preparation and execution? So you can monitor that. Okay, and defect information. So how many defects are coming? Okay, how the code qualities look like. If the defect, for example, for the 3 weeks of testing, if you have 20-30 defects, then obviously we won't be able to go to finish the work in 3 weeks, because the developer has to fix the defects, we have to retest it, so many things will be there. So we need to collect that information, and we need to make sure that test coverage of the requirements, user stories, acceptance criteria, risk code. So what is the test coverage of requirement? You need to make sure all the requirements are covered correctly in testing. Okay, for example, I'll give an example. If you want to, there are 2 requirements, sample requirement, making sure login screen is working perfectly, and making sure payment is successful. Now you need to make sure for for the login functionality, all the proper test cases are written. Okay, we cannot simply, for example, we cannot write one test case and say that login is successful. No, there are several possible scenarios and coverage will be there. So you need to make sure that is all covered. Secondly, you need to make sure, understand the risks. Okay, you need to make sure you are covering the risk and where are the risks. So these are all the common information. As a lead or a manager, you need to monitor the team and see the progress of the team, how the team is doing this work. Okay, now this is test monitoring. Okay, now test control. Now between test monitoring and control there is a line. What is the line? Okay, now scenario one, everything goes smoothly. Okay, everything goes smoothly, people are really nice, flight testers are really amazing. They finish the work in 2.5 weeks itself. They finish the report, everything in 3 weeks successful. Okay, in reality there is no such team in the world. Okay, it won't happen at all. That's what we have to understand, because a teamwork is generally people are different. Okay, people capacity will be different, people way of working will be different, so many things will be different, and then there are also some other issues will be coming up, which will not be in our hand. For example, testers may be testing correctly, but then the developers, some code has been, we have sometimes we will be getting so many defects. Okay, so we need to handle them. Sometimes the environment will be down due to some issues not within the team. Some server will be going down, network connection may not be there, some random issues will be coming in. So we should consider all these unexpected issues, I'll say like unexpected issues, and then we need to make sure we are handling this. Okay, so now when those unexpected issues occurs or unexpected issues like defects or anything related to occurs, what you need to do? Control. Okay, so what is you have to do? Control. Okay, I will give a very random example. You are very you are walking and someone is like not behaving very well to you. You become angry. Okay, can you do anything to the person? No. You have to control. You have to control yourself, right? You'll be controlling yourself. Same way, you have to control the testing. When something is going out of hand, you have to come up with a plan to mitigate it. That is a smart way of working, right? If you so that is called controlling. So controlling says that any guiding or corrective actions taken as a result of information, metrics gathered or possibility reported. Example, we have to complete the work in 3 weeks. Okay, 1.5 weeks is over, but only 20% of work has been done, remaining 80% of work has to be done in remaining 1.5 weeks. Okay, this is a very common scenario. Now what will you do? Okay, those are the work of a manager or lead to do the control activity. Okay, so you need to take a control activity such as reprioritizing the test when an identified risk occurs. Okay, that here the software delivery is late. So in take our previous example, we have only completed 20% of testing because only 20% of code has been delivered, remaining 80% of code is not delivered at all. So what the testers will be doing? Right, we can't do anything, right? So we need to reprioritize the test. We should execute only the prioritized and risk based test. Okay, and need to finish it off because we have to finish it at 3 weeks, right? And changing the test schedule to due to availability or unavailability of test environment or other resources. So we will be, worst case if something is work, we need to change the test schedule itself. Okay, sometimes the environment is not available. So as I said, there may be a server where we host applications, so that server is not available due to some other reason where business or clients cannot handle it as well. What should you do? You have to change the schedule, resources and everything. Okay, and you also need to reevaluate whether a tested item meets an entry or exit criteria due to rework. And then like sometimes we have to do some rework as well. So you need to reevaluate whether it meets all the criteria. You need to do some corrective actions again and again. So throughout the 3 weeks of the testing, a person will be monitoring everything is goes well. Also, if something is not going well, they will be taking a corrective actions to make it go on the right track. That is called test control, right? So now again, same question. Hey Jay, I'm learning about testing. Why should I think about test monitoring and control, a test lead or test manager activity? Two things. Firstly, if you are a senior resource and if you wanted to go into a lead or management activity, then this will be very helpful. Secondly, you don't know anything about testing, you are just learning the fundamentals. We have to understand the test management things as well. Okay, Now then you know how things what you can do when things go wrong. Okay, as a part of test control. And how can we monitor our progress? As a tester, you can monitor your own progress and you can take corrective actions. Okay, now I have 1 week of time, I have to finish your work, but 3 days got over. How can I finish? I did not finish even 50%. Now what should I do? Okay, I need to take some corrective actions and make sure it's all okay. So these all the scenarios will also be useful for you, if even if you don't know testing, if you're a beginner in the testing industry. And last thing, we have to understand what manager needs, what the test manager needs from us. And we also think in test manager perspective what they expect from us. Okay, if you know all these things, then you can handle the team or you can work in a team very well and smoothly. Okay, these are the clear major advantages of knowing all about the test monitoring and control. Hope this session is very helpful to us. Let's see in another session. Thank you.